Good morning, guys. I have I can take an hour, but I want to be done in 30 minutes. I'm going to work on my pink journal again. Yeah, I'm going to go through. I have to have a sip of coffee. I just made it. Look at that. It's all full of, I think it's called wedding cake creamer, but I call it birthday party. Okay. I was cleaning up my papers from working on my paper bag journal. It's scraps. And I think I'm going to take this ad that was at the bottom of something I tore off for the paper bag. I think I'm going to start taking those scraps and adding them into this. This is the inside. When I do my signature, because they're pretty cool. So there's that. Then I tore this off. It was, I'm reaching. It was the people. Where was that? Where were the people? Look at all the lonely people. What was that in? I thought that was in here. Oh my goodness, shakes alive. I don't know where that was. Okay, scrap that. Oh, here. Duh. I got two journals going. See, I can't balance like some people. This was the rest of this page. So I think, actually, I think it'll fit right here. Do I want the chairs in the O-seater? Yeah, I want this maid lady. And I can get her, and I can get the thing on the wall, the scones. Let's get that. I have my big 3-hour house today. It's actually a 6-hour house. It's actually a 6.5-hour house. I have a helper. On every other Tuesday, I do this house. It's a chiropractor. And been cleaning it since 2019. But as my own client for 3 years. Before that, it was with another gal that did it. When I worked on a crew, she's got like 16 employees now. Maybe less, because I heard she fired someone because they had clients of their own on their days off. And she said that was not being loyal. And I'm like, you know what? That's pretty crappy. If they don't have work for you, you should be able to go make some money on your own day off. All right, let's zhuzh this up. I'm going to do it right on here because it's not going to show. Anyway, I've been doing her for 3 years because she wasn't happy with this other company. And that was 4 girls that went in. And she asked me what I thought, and I said, give me a shot at it. I knew the house because I had quit working for that company. I said, give me a shot at it. I think I can do it for the same amount of money with one person with me. And guess what I do? She's been completely happy for 3 years, so pays to be honest, doesn't it? I work hard. But I tell you what, when I get done cleaning a house, I am sweaty. I'm a head sweater. This is gross. I have long hair. I put it in a ponytail. I work fast. I don't work fast. I just work nonstop. I don't even stop to get a drink usually. And it's hard work. I'm not gonna lie. But I had a house last week that had no air conditioning, and I had one Saturday that didn't have it in. That's not fun. Because it's humid in Iowa and hot. What is under my fingernail? Let me take a look. Oh, I was tearing off some pages off at the back of this. So now my nail was dirty. I tore that all off. I did it with my fingernails and I put a new back on right before I started. So that was a little green file folder under there. How's that? That's cute. I like that old ad. Then it comes off of this. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to, this isn't doing very good. Let's get that. I think I'm going to, should I put something here? I lost my train of thought already. That's already gone. Advertising guarantee. Oh, that's not so good. There's an envelope. Isn't this so cute? This will definitely have to go in a pocket. I'm not going to say it either. I'm not going to say it. Okay, I'm looking. I'm looking. Yes, indeed. I'm looking. This is pretty. This I made for a page. I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to dig down and get a different. Oh, that's needlecraft. I think I'm going to save this. I might do a needlecraft book like Carol Laws. She's working on one right now. Well, right now she's on vacation, making us all jealous. So let's find something little to go on that. That is kind of a cool disclaimer, though. So we need something little to go here. Just a cute little ad. All right. A little ad. Oh, she's going to shave her armpit. I don't know what that's about. We don't want that. I don't want to see nobody's armpit. Oh, cedar mop. Boy, look at that. Alaska Special Economical 2-quart freezer. Okay, we've got about a 3 by 3. 3.5 by 3.5. Oh, this is a cool picture. We'll just tear it. I have so many old magazines we can just tear. That's a cool ad, though. Okay, I'm not going to tear that. Maybe I'll just put a piece of paper there, scrapbook paper, because I want to use it up. That's the whole point of I don't want to fight flowers with flowers. I want a piece of this. We'll do this. God forbid I'd actually measure. So after I clean and come home and take a shower, my friend and I are going to go. Oh, I got to talk about last night. We're going to go thrifting. We're supposed to have storms today. Last night, I messaged her and I said, "Do you want to go eat?" Right around the corner from me, there's a steakhouse and it's facing the water, the lake. And she said, "Give me a minute." She was hanging curtains. She cleaned windows and she was just doing all kinds of stuff yesterday. And she said, "Let me hang my curtains and give me a minute." So then she texted me, "Do you want to come over for a pre-drink?" Well, not really. I want to go eat. I'm hungry. I said, "I'll be over." So we had a little, they're called carbless. They, like berry or peach. So she said, "Do you want to come over for a pre-drink, a peach carbless?" And so I said, okay. So I walked over next door, a whole 50 steps. And we sat for a minute. She had to finish doing what she was doing. And we chatted about the weekend because I didn't go out of my house all weekend. I didn't mix with the neighbors. I stayed home. And I heard about all who did what and what's going on. And So we went over, and I knew that we were supposed to get storms because my grandson's t-ball game had been canceled. And I had YouTube on, and Reed Timmer's channel, or one of the storm chasers came up, was on there, that some counties in Minnesota were under tornado watch, plus, warning actually, plus I cut little notches out so it'll go down in. That looks good, but I think I'll trim this just a hair. And I stood in front of the TV and took a picture because my son's buddy that comes down, his friend, he's from Minnesota, about 45 miles from where my son lives. And Minnesota's a huge state. It could be all the way up in the north. And there literally are 10,000 lakes in Minnesota. Let's see if it's a little too tall. I like that. Oh. Decisions. I want it to come down a little further. Anyway, I took some screenshots of the warning, the counties and stuff, sent it to my son. The next thing I knew, it was some counties all the way around me, north of me and south of me. So I sent that to my gal next door, and she goes, oh, great. Anyway, so I go over, then we decide, all right, let's go. I'm hungry. I want a hamburger. I love their hamburgers over there. But anyway, we're sitting there, and we're in a booth along the window that faces the lake. If you're on my Snapchat, you could see the whole thing. I took a video, and the wind was just coming and coming and coming. And holy cow, there was stuff blowing and signs bending over, and I'm like, ugh, maybe we need to get our food to go. We just got a great big order of nachos. It was a huge platter. It's about like this, and it's just heaped full of nachos. And they put sweet chili sauce on, which I had never had, and I love it. Anyway, she doesn't like it. We got that on the side. They give you sour cream, salsa. We had the jalapenos on the side because she doesn't like those. I don't typically like hot stuff. I like that little bit of green showing. I wanted that. Anyway, when it was all done, I said, let's go. We had a drink there. And she said, let's go around the lake because we can see cop cars on the other side, just a ways around. It's the outlet, the spillway of the lake. She goes, I've been drinking. And I said, you've only had 2. Let's go. You're not going to be driving stupid. And plus, one was like before supper, before we ever went. And then we didn't even finish our other one. So, because we're like, we need to go. Let's go. Let's get home. Home, like, around the corner. But anyway, I think that's everything covered here. We drove around the lake, and there's trees down everywhere. So I started taking pictures at the state park campground, which is just around the corner from me, and it's on the lake. There's a tree completely uprooted and over, and it's covering 2 campground spaces that would have had campers, and it landed right at the edge of the bathroom, men's and women's, 2 sides. You know what, guys? We're ready, unless we we're ready to make should I do something with this? Maybe, but not now. I'm ready to put the signature together. Anyway, there's trees down all over town. We went through town. My grandson works at the campground in town. Took pictures there. I said, do you work tomorrow? He just got back from 4 days at that country festival in Illinois. I said, do you work tomorrow? And he goes, no. And I said, well, they might be calling you. Oh, look at this beautiful picture. If I fold it like this, we might be able to save that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we want that picture in full, like that. And then we'll have the Victrola people. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear it. And whatever goes, goes. Anyway, I said, you might be getting called tomorrow. There's probably 3 trees down in the city campground. There's a campground in the town because the lake, town is built around the lake. There's homes all the way around. And then the lake comes into the town. That's where people sit with their boats and just kind of tie off and, you know, hang out and talk and blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know if he's going to avoid his phone or what. I love that picture. That'd be a cool, that'd even be cool in the center. We'll just decide later. Okay, here's my signature that I had before today. None of which was it particularly old, I don't think. I don't remember. It's been ages. Here it is. So we've got this. None of this fits. This fits. Okay. Might have to do some adjusting. Oh, it's just not going to fit. Are you serious? Anyway, trees down all over. I made a whole Snapchat story. Okay, if I cut this off, it'll work. I'm also going to lose, I'm going to have to re-glue, but that's not a big deal. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to get these out of the way. That works. What do you think of that? What do you think of them apples, baby? What's that? Okay, first, let me re-glue it. Okay, there's page 1. I don't mind that being even in the center. So now we got to do something with this. Well, we can do that later. And we got this. There's 2. How about a plain paper? Oh, why is this? It feels like it's already set in stone. Okay, this is backed. This is a document page that I bought from, I paid $1 for it, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's Graphic Fairy. I don't think so, though. You know, sometimes you get stuff and you've had it for years. I think it's called Italian Family, and it's by the Graphics Fairy. But whoever had it, I know it's called Italian Family. All right, we're going to turn it over and put something on the other side of this family. Let's give them another page. Let's just do this. Let's just glue it on this and trim it. Something pure white. And then we can decorate that with pockets, because it's hard to put pockets over cool images. I don't like to do it. So we're going thrifting today. We're going to go to our favorite store. It's owned by a corporation, I suppose. They have cottages for special needs and handicapped adults. I suppose children too. Of course, if, you know, parents aren't able to take care of them. But they have quite a few homes, and they have, oh, you know, like maybe it's like a central kitchen and a living room, and then they'll have maybe 4 bedrooms or whatever. Some are higher functioning. But they have them in a lot of communities around. It's a big group. I mean, it's huge. It's in a lot of the different counties around. This group is. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization. I'm going to do it right here because there's a butterfly embossed in it that I didn't do. I don't know what this is too. Anyway, it's nonprofit. It's a nonprofit store, and they have several of them in different towns. It's actually called New Hope Village Gift Shop. And the the homes are called New Hope Village. That's sticking to me. So we like to shop there, and people donate. I mean, I donate. My son donates clothes. He went through his clothes before he moved and took a bunch. And we're not talking, we don't donate bad stuff. He donates stuff that he wore at Hot Topic when he worked there. He donates Express Clothing clothes. He also bought a bunch of clothes there when he started selling insurance. Went in there and bought a bunch of polos. And I don't know, $3.50 for a polo. And he's getting the good ones. I mean, we're getting good stuff. You know, you just look at the labels. You're going to pay $3.50 for one from Target, or you're going to pay $3.50 for a Van Heusen, you know what I mean? Or Von Maur. But anyway, we like to shop there. That's where I get all my glassware and Japanese plates and my jewelry collection, my funny bracelets that I love. I'm going to go straight for the bracelets today because I have 50 now. I need 51. I got to break it. We haven't been thrifting for a couple weeks. That's ridiculous. And I think I'm going to challenge her today. I think we'll do a challenge. I think we'll do a challenge that we're not going to see who can get the most for $20 or something like that. So my son and I and his friend, they spend an enormous amount of money on me. It's ridiculous. Like, my son got me several things, but one of them was a green machine to clean furniture or whatever. Carpets, car floor, you know. Spot clean. He got me a green machine, and he got me a whole bunch of other stuff, you know, like a candle and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Tons of stuff. Paper pads. He likes to go to Hobby Lobby and load up, and I mean, they know that's something that I'm going to like. I don't know where his friend Caleb got me stuff, but he's got me charms and keys, but he got me a foot massager that has heat to it. You put your feet down inside. Holy cow, that was new this year. He got me a back heating pad that goes over your shoulders and hangs down like a collar, and then it's heated, and it's got ties that you can tie it around your waist so it stays in place. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not using it right now because my house is air conditioned, but it's amazing. In the winter, it was just really nice just for warmth, but it's like a big old toasty sleeping heating pad. Oh, he got me a digital photo frame. And I said, anyway, so this year I said, you guys, let's not do this anymore. I would rather have you guys do something more with your money for yourself than me. I don't need all these things. Let's see who can do the best thrifting. Let's thrift and see who comes up with the best. I've already got a stash. You should see my stash for them. Holy cow. I can't tell because sometimes Caleb watches my videos. He'd be sneaky. He'd be like, oh, I know what mom's doing. He calls me mom now. So we got this. We got the rose flip out that we'll have to address. We've got this old ad. We've got this. Okay. We've got this. This is just coffee dyed computer paper with a piece of old sheet music. That's penciled in. It's an awesome book I found at an antique shop. We got a envelope, and this is from she's on Instagram. Oh my goodness sakes, I'll think of it in a minute. And this is an actual old, oops, it's stuck, birthday card. What's going on? Maybe I didn't mean for it to open. Oh, there we go. It's got some handwriting on it. I bought a whole bunch of cards at an antique shop. That'd be a good one to go to. We have a pocket with this, and I can change that. I think I did that in one of Crafty Cat's challenges. So we got this. This needs trimmed. It's too long. So yeah, I got some cool stuff stashed already for the boys. I just think it'd be fun. You know what I mean? Like, there's tons of great stuff out there. I mean, who wouldn't like to have 50 bracelets in an antique dish handed to them for Christmas? If I were to do that, which I'm not, they're going to go to my grave. They're going to be on all my wrists, all 2 of them. Now, my daughter, I showed her, I did a video and I said, look at what I've got and blah, blah, blah. Lisa, my neighbor, my gal, she brought me 12 of them one day. So she goes, I said, do you want any? And she goes, I'd love to have some with blue in them. And I've given her 3 in a gift set at one time. And my other daughter-in-laws. I have a paper bag, but I'm not feeling it, but we'll do it. And then we just have this. I think I got this. Oh, this is printed. I don't know who I got this from. I must have done it. This can always go in a, I'm going to put it in here anyway because it can always go in a, I'm going to back it. It can always go in a pocket. So what am I looking for today? I never know. Thrift gods just lead me to it. I'm going to look at the jewelry. I'm going to try to find some glass beads that I can take apart a necklace with glass beads because I'm making fairy wands outside in my garden and I need glass beads. I'm always looking for charms, any jewelry that has charms on it. Preferably the color of the day because I don't want to spend $3. I won't spend $3 for a bracelet just to get 2 or 3 charms. It has to be an actual literal loaded down charm bracelet for me to want it. And the color of the day, which means I would get it for $1.50, but it's got to have a lot of charms. Or a charm necklace. I've gotten necklaces that are loaded with different hearts and crosses and stuff. You know, hearts with crosses in them, and that's cool. So glass beads for sure. You'll have to go on Etsy or Google and type in fairy wands. That's what I'm making. And now I'm doing another one. You take a stick. I've only made one. I need to get copper wire. Actually, I'm going to write myself that note when I get off of here. Watch that note not get written and go out of my head. I need copper wire because I can't find my jewelry wire. You wrap it on a stick, the copper wire, but first you take copper wire and you put beads on and maybe a charm. You don't have to do a charm, just different colored glass beads, which would be preferably thrifted because if you buy them, I mean, you know, you can buy them. Of course you can buy them, but who wants to buy stuff like that? Just thrift it. But anyway, and then you wrap that wire of beads around a stick. And of course you take your copper wire and, go around and kind of tangle it in so it stays. But it's going to stay anyway. It's wrapped. And you stick it in your plant and it's grounding. It's called something. I don't know what it's called. I can't think of what it's called. So I got to get more glass beads for that. I've only got one. It's right outside my door. But my neighbor wants one. But they're just cute sticking up out of the pot. Why won't this cut? You know why? Because I used this inappropriately and cut a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, this thing's getting dull. It's from Dollar Tree. So we don't care. Yeah, the city, they got their work cut out for them today. With all the storm damage. Holy cow. Trees down everywhere. Cross the streets. I already deleted the pictures because, you know, it's like the vacationing Japanese joke, you know, where they have the camera around their neck and they're taking all the photos. Oh my gosh, I was just snapping pictures like crazy. Stop, stop. Rolling down my window, taking a picture. I was sending them to people though. I'm like, look at this. You know, and then I felt stupid because when I put it in my Snap story, I'm like, well, what about the people in Florida that have hurricanes? This is nothing. This is probably a joke to them. Like, oh, you got a tree down. Well, imagine that. And meanwhile, in Florida, they've got, you know, literal places floating away. Of course, we have our tornadoes, so there's that. Okay. There. I'm going to quit after this. I just need to make sure I'm not running late. I'm going to do a few things. I need to get some meat out of the freezer. And I'll tell you, when you live alone, I live alone. I'm surrounded by people, though. But it's hard to cook. You just, I eat a lot of eggs because I just, like, I don't want to thaw out a roast. In my house, two things. My house smells like roast beef for the next 2 days. And I have to eat roast beef for the next 3 days. 2 days, 3 days. I'm going to just see how this is. Okay, so let's just have a little look. Here's a plain paper. Let's put a plain one in. So we've got the front with the flip and the pocket. We've got the old ad. You can pocket on, put a pocket or something on here. And then we've got this envelope. I cannot think of her. Oh my gosh. Therese is her name. Okay, then we've got this little old antique greeting card. We've got this. I like this across from this for color. We've got this to flip out. I'll cover that. Got this old page. We can put a pocket or something here and bring some of this color in. We've got these peoples. I've got a bag. Got this. I've got this. I need a better centerpiece. I'm just going to put this here. We need a centerpiece. Welcome to the craft division. Okay, we need a good centerpiece. Oh, look at them. Clean down deep to every thread. This is called Our Story. The Sins of the Father. We don't want that. Oh, look at these gals. That's cool. Oh, this is neat. Okay, here it is. We'll do this one. We can always put another one in. I'm going to do the string method where you just run the string around and pull your pages in and out as you want. Is this going to be... I'm going to cut this off and see. My neighbors from Minnesota are coming this weekend. They have a place kitty cornered from me, and they don't get back very often. They're from, the wife is from Iowa, and her cousins are next door to me, and her uncle, her dad's brother, is next door to him. So it's kind of like there's 3 family members. And then her brother from Missouri, her and her brother from Missouri both bought the place kitty cornered from me together. They split the cost of it. How about if we just do 2 gals? That's all we're going to get in. We'll save this beauty for another page. So they're going to be here, her and her husband, and they're a hoot. I love them. Just met them because they bought a place next to me, but they bought the place that was my really dear friends who moved to Texas. They abandoned me. I dearly loved them. I cried so hard when they moved. Him and his wife. Oh my gosh. This is too tall. It's gonna, I'm gonna have to give on something. All right, I'm gonna just leave it for now. I gotta think about this because I don't want to lose them. I don't want to lose. It's so fragile to fold. This actually could become 3 things. All right, I just saw that. This is not my new center. Did you see what I did? I'm going to turn this into a flip somehow. If I put her down, this can flip down and you can read about her. How's that? That's what I'll do. She's going to become a flip. Just like this. Okay, so if I give this a background, this can come down like this, but I'm going to have to back this side. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I've got 3 of those. Oh, wouldn't that be cute on one page? Oh, yes, it would. 3 flip downs. So if you look at something long enough, something will come to you, generally. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. We're supposed to have storms again. Welcome to spring in Iowa. First day of summer is June 21st, right? Because when I was young, I always fantasized, I'm going to get married on June 21st. How dumb. Not really. You know, you have to have your dreams. Now my dream is, what am I going to find at the thrift store today? My friend's always after hen and chicks. The chicken in the basket, the hen in the basket. It's like milk glass bowl, but it's got the milk glass chicken that sits on it. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope you have a beautiful day. Go check out all my buddies that I always tag and so many more. Love you all. Bye-bye.